I got you. Sure. Just going to Hilton after the game? Yeah. Okay. Oh, off the camera? It's off. All right.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
There he goes for Sean Baker. One man to feed. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead. The box. Headed by McQuaid, and in they score! The Braves get it back. Quick shot, and a score for San Diego. Right open for Ozzie. He gets it. Touchdown, McQuaid. Punch, counter punch. Out of the shot and a goal! Dribble handoff to Shatters. What do you think? Bang, brings heaven. Let's see, they shoot it, score!
It is a beautiful night for basketball, and the beautiful court here at Gates Charlotte High School is the site of this AA boys basketball semifinal as the Hilton Cadets take on the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets. I am Bill Smith with Coach Steven Sorensen. Coach, we have a pair of schools that know each other very well. This is their third meeting this year. These two teams split matchups in the regular season, but this is the AA semifinals. Different stakes here. What do we got?
We got two teams who play completely different styles of basketball. Rush Henrietta, they're guard-oriented. They'll start 4 players, 5'11" or smaller. They're going to shoot the lights out, hopefully for them. You got Hilton that has 3 guys who are 6'4" or taller, and they're going to look to pound the ball inside. It's what's going to happen here is if Rush Henrietta is going to be successful, they're going to shoot well. Hilton's got to have to rebound and really pound it inside.
Hilton comes off an exciting overtime win versus UPrep. Senior Preston Prince driving for the winning bucket with under 10 seconds to play. Hilton holds on to win by a point with a 4-second play right after that. What did we learn about Hilton just the other night?
Heart, perseverance, relentless. I mean, they're led by Preston Prince, and he is an AGR candidate, a Player of the Year AGR candidate. The kid has just absolutely taken off this year. Everybody knew he was good. He's been a 4-year varsity starter. But, man, what he has accomplished this year, what he has done, and it's really about the work he's done in the weight room. It's the work that he does in just his diet, nutrition, his conditioning, and now he's just putting it all together this year, and it's just been totally impressive, and he's fun to watch. We're going to enjoy watching him tonight.
Rush Henrietta took a slightly different journey here. The number 8 seed, they traveled to number 1 Victor. Victor is a team that Rush Henrietta lost to this year twice, both times by 33 points. That doesn't stop Rush Henrietta from upsetting the top-ranked Blue Devils. Royal Comets winning 72-64. Great game from senior Tyler Simmons. Coach, right after we see our national anthem here, I'm going to ask you, what did we learn about Rush Henrietta? But, folks, we will pause here for the playing of our national anthem. Coach, Rush Henrietta, the 8 seed, upsets the 1 seed, a team that sort of blew them out twice this year. What did we learn about Rush Henrietta?
We learned that they have tremendous leadership in their program. I mean, they start 5 seniors, and they're led by their 3 guards, Mason Giorgione, Nasir Hunter, and Toby Wright. But they're 5 seniors who persevered through a 8-game losing streak. Think about that. They went a few weeks there without a single win. I got a chance to talk to Chris Reed. Again, another example of what a great coach he has been for Rush Henrietta, to be able to keep that team together for that amount of time, and wondering if you're ever going to win a game. And yet they came out of that 8-game losing streak, losing twice to Victor by 33 both times, and they come out last Friday and pull off a huge upset. I talked to Coach Reed, and he goes, I don't think it's ever happened in his career, and you'd be hard-pressed to find where something like that has ever happened in Section 5.
A lot of talent on this Rush Henrietta team. Mason Giorgione, the 3-year varsity starter here, the senior guard. Toby Wright being introduced right now in the starting lineup. This is a possible AGR candidate this year. These are some talented kids. Coach, if you are the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets, some keys to tonight. What do they got to do to beat the Cadets?
Well, for Rush Henrietta, they're going to try to do a few things. One is spread the court on offense. They're going to see what we call a 5-round O offense, which means they're not going to have anybody in the paint. They're going to dribble drive or dribble penetrate as much as they can, try to expose the gaps in Hilton's defense. And then when Hilton has to come over and help on that dribbler, they're going to kick it to the open shooter and then hopefully hit shots. So they're looking to spread it and then to shoot well as best they can. And then what they have to do is try to get Hilton off the glass. The 2 times that Hilton has played Rush Henrietta, and again, they split, Hilton combined has an advantage of 35-plus rebounds over Rush Henrietta. Out-rebounding on average, 17.5 rebounds a game. And, folks, that's without Carter Clark in either one of those games, the 6'5", defensive lineman, tight end for the Hilton football team, who's also a Division I baseball player going to Siena College.
Hilton's bigs, Preston Prince, Grayson Trubia, Carter Clark, going to be the key certainly to the Cadets. What do the Cadets have to do to win this night?
Dominate on the boards. Make sure they maintain that advantage. Don't give up anything. They're going to, if they have a chance of winning tonight, I think they have to really, with their size, out-rebound Rush Henrietta by 15 on the boards, offensively and defensively combined. They got to find out what advantage now with Carter Clark on the court. What difference will he make? We know that Preston Prince is who he is. It doesn't mean you can stop him, but they know Preston Prince. But can Carter Clark, something they have not seen, can he make a difference for Hilton? And thirdly, for Hilton, it's their defense. Can they play good defense on the dribbler? Can they prevent the guy from dribbling to penetrating and then kicking to open shooters? If they have to get help defense, then Rush Henrietta is going to have open shooters, and that could be deadly for Hilton.
Hilton's last trip to the AA final, 2008, where they lost to this Royal Comet team. Royal Comets win the sectional final that year. Hilton to the bucket, but we got a quick rebound by the Royal Comets. Here we come back the other way, Giorgione.
Hilton went right inside.
Bory, 3-pointer, drops it, and we got a 3-0 game quickly here in this one.
And right off the bat, you see what Hilton's going to try to do. Go in the paint, and Rush Henrietta is going to try to shoot the 3.
Bianchi for Clark. Clark top of the arc. Trubia working on Bory. Inside. Finds Preston Prince. Prince goes up. Tries to go off the glass. Doesn't put it in. We got a rebound to Simmons, who gives it right to Prince and puts it right in. Maybe a slight lapse there, Coach.
He was falling out of bounds. He was tiptoeing the line. I was looking to see if he was going to go out. The referee was right there. He didn't, but he couldn't hold his balance. Good news for Preston. He gets a steal and a bucket right off the bat, looking for those stats, which he could care less about.
Simmons working inside against Clark. Simmons tries to lay one in. He does.
Bonus. If they can get points in the bucket, bonus for Rush Henrietta.
Here comes Preston Prince, once a point guard. He's got that skill set. Dishes out. Wheelahan pulls up. Jumper on the way. Off the rim. Doesn't drop. Hits the support. We will have it. Rush Henrietta ball. Here's another look at the Simmons bucket about a minute ago.
He didn't get any help. Grayson Trubia staying with his man. Now Grayson comes over. Just a little late on the help defense.
Giorgione working against Wheelahan. Dishes across, finds Hunter. Nasir Hunter, the senior guard. He gives a right. Right looks to push inside. Now back out. Right once again.
How Hilton will react on the ball screens of Rush Henrietta will be important. Talk to Coach Prince. They're going to show, and then Carter Clark will drop back.
Giorgione gives for Bori. Bori floats one up off the rim, rebound to Trubia.
Right off the bat, getting the one shot and get out on transition.
Bianchi to Clark. Clark with a lot of time.
He
puts
can
up
shoot
a three. Off the rim and out. Coming back the other way for the Royal Comets.
Hilton won the last game against Rush Henrietta at home, but only shot 20% from three.
Missed three goes into Preston Prince's hand, and back for the Cadets comes Preston Prince. Looking to push inside. Now across. Bianchi. Three ball on the way. Hits the rim, but a rebound of the Cadets. Wheelahan. Wheelahan pulls up. Jumper. Off the rim. Doesn't go. Here come the Royal Comets. Giorgione.
Very dangerous on the drive.
He gives for Wright. Wright looking to push inside. Working on Wheelahan. Outlet pass to Giorgione. Work along the arc. Now inside. Up off the glass. Doesn't drop in, but gets his own rebound. Was Hunter. And Hunter takes a foul.
Grayson came out to get the block shot, which put him out of position to get the rebound. Carter Clark was there, but got the foul instead of the block shot.
This here, Hunter, the senior guard. This is a complete senior-laden lineup for these Royal Comets. Hunter will go to the line. He will shoot two here. Early in this one, 5-2 your score. Royal Comets on top over the Cadets. It's
a great atmosphere for a sectional game here. We got the Cadet crew and force. We got great representation from Rush Henrietta. We got Hilton fans wearing the jerseys, the basketball jerseys. The Rush Henrietta fans wearing all black. Great game tonight.
And a great facility to host this. Hunter's second shot. Off the rim and out. 4-point lead for the Royal Comets early in this one. Here comes Hilton. Bianchi on his dribble. Now maybe away from the ball. Prince got pushed.
I think he called it on right off the bat, right on John Bianchi. I think Nasir Hunter picked up that foul. His first.
Wheelahan will put the ball in here for the Cadets.
First time Hilton played Rush Henrietta was in December. I believe December 10th. 19 turnovers for the Hilton. Again, Coach Prince really feels like they've matured since then. That shouldn't be an issue this game.
Wheelahan's three ball doesn't drop, and Toby Wright gets the rebound. Coming back is Bori. Bori looking to drive inside, up to the bucket, doesn't put it in. Rebound to Clark.
It's tough to make that shot, even though it's a layup, but you got four hands up there, and they're all trees.
A lot of challenge there for the Rush Henrietta senior. Clark driving to the bucket, off the glass, but he gets called for a charge. Offensive foul on the Hilton senior.
Interesting call. I think it could have gone either way.
Changes here. Clark picks up his second. Derek Cavey checks in. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, it's a tough call because traditionally on that block charge call, you want to see a defender in front of the person, the offensive player. It wasn't the case, but he initiated contact. Carter Clark initiated contact, so they made the call.
Bori called on a travel. Turnover will go to the Cadets. Carter Clark will sit a spell early in this one. Halfway through the first quarter, he's already got two fouls. Here comes Johnny Bianchi. Bianchi for Cavey.
Look at the
Rush Prince. My apologies.
Rush Henrietta goes to a 2-3 zone now.
Trubia up top. Tapped. Doesn't go. Here comes Rush Henrietta the other way. Two chances there for the Cadets. Couldn't put them in.
Wide open shot.
Outlet. Three ball. Off the iron. Rebound to the Cadets. Here comes
Preston Prince can do this.
Prince for Cavey off the glass and in. Very smooth.
They were setting up for the charge, and Preston dished it. Smart basketball player, high IQ for that young man.
Cavey on the board here for Hilton. Simmons outside. Here's Toby Wright. Wright looking to push inside. Wright picks up his dribble. Blind pass gets knocked out of bounds by Bianchi.
That's nice. Underrated statistic in basketball is deflections.
There's another look at the Cavey bucket right here.
And you saw that they were looking to try to set up for that charge call. Bori was standing there waiting, hopefully, to catch that, and it was a nice dish by Preston Prince.
Just got a great look at that Hilton crowd filled with basketball jerseys. Like, really cool sight here.
And they're loud.
Pushing inside Wright. Right now outside. Three ball blocked by Trubia. Goes right back into Hunter's hands, though. That's not Hunter, that's Bori. My apologies.
Borey likes to shoot the three.
Borey's pass intercepted. Now it's bouncing around, and it does get picked up by Hilton's Bianchi. Bianchi for Prince. Bianchi, three
This
ball.
would be huge.
Drops in.
Nice bucket for Johnny Bianchi. Way to get the three-point shots going. Great string of events for Hilton.
Hilton had been 0 for everything from the three-point line tonight so far.
That blocked
drops.
shot by Trubia cannot be understated. To be able to send that back at him, he'll just think twice now before he shoots a three. And is that something with Rush Hunter where they rely on threes?
Now a hand foul on the pass. Here's another look at the three ball. Bianchi's lefty shot splashes in. We got a 1-point lead for the Cadets.
You saw two players right there were drawing their attention to Preston Prince. The open guy's got to hit that shot tonight.
Giorgione puts in, finds Wright. Wright looking to drive. Back out for Giorgione.
Good defense by Hilton.
Guarded by Wheelahan. Trying to work off a screen.
See that ball screen right there. Trubia showed above it and then dropped immediately.
Wright pulls up from the foul line, drops one in.
Listen, if you're going to bank it, we'll live with that if you're going to have to bank it. And he had to because Trubia's hand was up.
We talked early in this, and we're going to keep talking about it. This is a Rush Henrietta team full of shooters. Good example right there. Bianchi for Trubia. Wheelahan, three ball. Off the iron, rebound to the Royal Comets. Here comes Wright.
It would relieve a lot of pressure for Hilton if Michael Wheelahan could start hitting those threes.
Wright called for an offensive foul. A little too hot on that step inside, I guess. Turnover goes to the Cadets.
I guess that would be fair. He drew the charge against Carter Clark. Similar type of foul called, and he got the backside of that on that end.
Bianchi brings for the Cadets. Bianchi, Wheelahan, Prince, KV, Trubia. Everybody's touched the ball in the last couple of seconds. Baseline, Prince off the glass, gets his own rebound. Now he goes up off the glass again and drops it in.
Did you see the relentless? Again, I spoke to Coach Reed this week. He's relentless. If he didn't say it once, he said it 10 times. He just doesn't stop working under the paint. There's nobody like it in Section 5.
Long three attempt by Wright, doesn't go. KV, three attempt for the Cadets. Bounces out, rebound up in the air, taken by Hilton's Wheelahan. Outlet, Trubia, three ball. Doesn't go. Rebound to the Royal Comets, Wright. And a foul. Officials figuring out what to do here. I think the foul is going to go against KV.
It's going to go against KV, and you know what? It's that effort. It's an effort foul. You see Hilton crashing the boards like that. It's a great job. One shot there. That's actually probably after the third shot right there, and Derek got called for the foul. It's a good call.
What a battle here in this first quarter. 1-point game here with a minute to go. Here's Wright. Wright against Prince. Giorgione, three attempt. Hits the iron. Trubia with the rebound for Hilton. Here comes Bianchi.
Coach Prince got on Trubia just for a second there. He doesn't want the bigs when they get the ball to immediately put it on the ground.
Prince pulls up.
Oh.
Iron, glass, and through.
It's deadly if he starts hitting shots from the outside because you got to drop. You got to drop when he goes to the paint. Now you're giving him a 15-foot elbow jumper. He's going to hit that.
Inside Simmons. Turns, goes to the bucket, up, off the glass, takes a foul, and puts it in. He will get a shot at the old-fashioned three-point play.
And that's a second foul on KV. He's already in there because Carter Clark has got his second. And now they're going to go with Matt Mostowski, who gave Hilton great minutes Friday night. Came in immediately, got rebounds. He's not going to light it up on the scoreboard. But if he can play defense and he can rebound, that's all you're asking for when you're going to 8 deep on the bench.
Rush Henrietta is going to make a couple changes too. Collins Howard, the sophomore guard, checks in, as does Ajani Cook, the senior. Wright and Hunter take a seat for perhaps the last 23 seconds of the first quarter.
Tyler Simmons had 22 on that big upset Friday night, so he's been really coming on with the rest of the Rush Henrietta team.
Isaac Fisher checks in as well for the Royal Comets. Tie ball game here. This will be probably the last shot. Shot clock is off.
They'll try to knock it down to one shot here.
Bianchi working on Cook.
Oh, don't pick up that dribble.
Wheelahan, corner. Now a call away from the ball.
Preston Prince dove to the low block, and Rush Henrietta is not going to let him set up. So they're going to be physical down there, and they got the foul off the ball. But that's going to be the kind of foul that Hilton's going to want tonight.
6.5 seconds here. Wheelahan will put it in underneath the RH basket. Here's Bianchi. Bianchi, only a few seconds. Trubia, up, out. Wheelahan, ball's on the way. Doesn't drop through. Hilton got a decent look at that last shot. But we end this first quarter play here from Gates Chili. The AA semifinal. The Hilton Cadets and the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets are tied 11-11. This is a good one, everybody. Buckle up and stay with us. You are watching boys basketball on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Gates Chili High School. This is the site of the AA boys semifinal in boys basketball. Hilton and Rush Henrietta. We're tied at 11 here as the second quarter gets underway. Bill Smith with Steve Sorensen calling the action here. We got a good one brewing already here, folks. Thanks everybody out there watching. 3-ball on the way, drops in, splash from Borey.
Again, he's the big man, but he can hit the three. And good for him, taking that shot. Even the last time he took it, he ended up getting it blocked by Trubia.
Here's Prince. Kicks out for Wheelahan, now back inside for Prince. Prince finds Mostowski. Doesn't drop through. Rebound still bouncing around. It'll go to the Royal Comets. Borey gives for Giorgione. Giorgione to Schmidt on the way. 3-ball off the iron. Mostowski with the rebound. Right, not Schmidt. My apologies. Bianchi for Hilton. For Wheelahan. Guarded by Giorgione. Mostowski goes to his right. Picks up his dribble. Here's Bianchi. Bianchi. Ball on the way. Off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebound finds its way to Hunter. Hunter drives to the bucket. Takes a block. Getting a ball, or getting a hand on the ball, I should say, there was Trubia.
Hilton got their hands up, making it as difficult as possible.
There's Wheelahan. Mostowski looking inside for Prince. Does find him. A little danger there. Prince driving to the bucket. Left hand puts one up. And a foul called.
What are you going to do if you're rushing out in that? You had 3 guys around Preston Prince. He still made up his mind he's going to get to the bucket, and he did.
Preston Prince, the Hilton senior, will shoot 2.
It's been an adventure in the line this year for Preston. He really struggled at the beginning of the year, has righted the ship for the most part the second half of the year. In a game this close, he's going to have to hit these shots.
Prince drops the first one here. 2-point game, Cadets down. Second one doesn't drop through. Royal Comets will bring the ball back here, left to right on your TV or computer or phone screen, wherever you're watching. Thanks, everybody. Inside for Simmons. Simmons working on Mostowski. Pushing. Outside to Giorgione. Giorgione drives up. Off the iron. Rebound to Trubia.
And that's Hilton's defense. Make it difficult as possible and then get that rebound. Only one opportunity if they can for Rush Henrietta every time down the court.
Prince looking to move inside. Lot of black shirts down there. Now an outlet for a 3-ball. Bianchi shot doesn't go. Now bounces off a Royal Comet. Looks like it might have hit Borey last. It'll be Hilton's ball. Coach, as Prince sort of put his back toward the bucket there, all 5 Rush Henrietta Royal Comets inside the paint.
Well, it's the scout report against Hilton on everybody's scout report. It's all Prince. And now that's the shot they got to hit, though. And there it is.
Drops it.
Finally, Wheelahan gets off the schneid. He's probably 1 for 5 already tonight, but you know what? He made the last one, so now let's build off of that.
And this is a team that has confidence in that young man. He will keep shooting.
The Hilton fans chanting defense.
Hunter for Giorgione. Giorgione moving to his left. Gives for Wright. Wright now moving right. Those are spelled differently, people. Right outside to Borey. Borey looking to drive. Goes inside, off the glass, doesn't drop. Rebound finds its way to Simmons. Simmons up off the glass. This doesn't go. Trubia once again with another rebound.
That's a little bit of Hilton's size right there.
Here's Preston Prince. Wheelahan once again.
Coach Prince telling him to just slow it down, slow it down.
Prince from Mistowski. Prince driving, pulls up, off the glass and puts it in.
It's 1-1 in the Banks. Hilton looking for a timeout.
Coach Prince gets his timeout. Coach, we talked a lot about Preston Prince in that last game, but if that is a kid that gets a hot hand, Rush Henrietta is going to have some trouble.
They're going to have trouble. And you know what? I just discount the whole. If Preston Prince is going to get his points, he has all year long. It's whether he can get that complimentary points, whether they're going to be able to kick it out and find threes. You saw it at the end of the first quarter when Gianni Bianchi hit the three, and you just saw it in the possession, the second to last possession when Michael Wheelahan hit the three. If you can get those threes when they're open, you're going to see Hilton be successful tonight. Because, again, we're already seeing on the boards. Hilton's dominating the boards. They're able to get rebounds. They're getting offensive rebounds, too. It's just size. You can't coach size. You can't do anything about size but work hard. But it's just Hilton's working hard and plus size, they're getting the rebounds. So hitting those shots. If Michael Whelan gets going, Johnny Bianchi gets going, and Derek Cady gets going, Hilton's going to be very successful tonight.
Here comes Giorgione. Royal Comets down 3 here. 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. A lot of basketball left, folks. Giorgione outlet on the way right. 3-ball doesn't drop through. Prince with the rebound.
And Coach Prince immediately slow it down. He knows that if they get their half-court offense, they're going to get good looks. Don't pick up your dribble too early, Johnny.
Wheelahan looked to shoot, then went inside for Trubia. Trubia pulls up right at the foul line, doesn't drop it through. Nice rebound to Hunter.
For the big man, Grayson Trubia can shoot the three, can hit the shots.
Giorgione with a nice floater, but this one doesn't drop through either. Here comes Prince back for Hilton.
And they'll slow it down again.
Trubia driving from the foul line, gets to the glass, rebound to the Cadets. Mistowski kicks out Wheelahan, 3-ball.
There it is. He's 2 for 2. Michael Wheelahan, he gets going, and now it's a 6-point lead.
Coach, another example of Hilton winning the battles on the glass there. That rebound led to that shot.
Keeping the ball alive. Even if you cannot get 2 hands on it and catch that ball, tip it out. We've seen a couple tip balls out of the lane where Hilton's been able to get the secondary rebound.
Rush Henrietta looking to get their shots, though. This is a shooting team. Here's Wright. Wright goes up, takes a foul. He will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's why he's such a good player right there. He's not going to beat you with his athleticism and his speed, but he does everything technically correct. He got in the lane, shot fake, got Grayson Trubia in the paint, up in the air, and then took the shot. Good news for Hilton with 3:36 left in the second quarter. That is Grayson Trubia's first foul. He's had problems getting in foul trouble this year a couple times, not too often, but to have only 1 foul on him right now is good for Hilton.
Toby Wright is a kid who clearly has great basketball instincts. Watching that game against Victor, he does everything well. Knows where to be, knows what to do with the ball. Right now he's 1 for 1 from the foul line. Emma got 2 for 2, and we got a 4-point game here. Prince will put in for the Cadets.
Okay, that caught Hilton a little off guard. They're going full court man. Johnny Bianchi will take it out because Preston Prince can pretty much post up anybody in this position, and he's got the ball skills, but they're doubling him. So they'll clear out, and Preston should have no problem bringing this ball up.
Prince gets the ball in his hands and drives up court. Outlet, Trubia, 3-ball. Off the iron, rebound to Prince. Prince off the glass, drops it in nice and easy.
I'm shaking my head to watch Preston Prince go like that.
Here's Abdul Bori. Bori looking to drive in on Trubia. Baseline. And another foul on Trubia.
That's a tough one because Bori started to make that move with a hand up in Grayson Trubia's chest, brought it down, and Grayson kind of rode him. So now they're going to go back to Carter Clark.
Clark checks in here for Trubia. Both of them with a pair of fouls. Clark having sat for a spell. Borey at the line. Hilton just picked up their 7th foul.
Rush Henrietta is now in the bonus. What you're going to see from Hilton, traditionally what Hilton would have done at this point would they go to a 2-3 zone to protect the guys with 2 fouls. Tough to do a 2-3 zone against Rush Henrietta because they're such outstanding shooters.
Prince gets the rebound. 5-point lead for Hilton. 3 minutes and a couple of ticks of that clock here. Mostowski picks up his rebound. Dishes for Wheelahan. Wheelahan inside for Clark. Clark pulls up. Shot. Drops.
Carter, and Hilton's all 3 big guys can shoot the ball. So you want to drop back because they got a size advantage. Well, you've seen Preston Prince hit the 15-footer. You've seen Grayson Trubia hit the 15-footer. And now you see Carter Clark hit the 15-footer.
Here's Wright looking to push inside. Kicks it out.
Good
Hunter.
help defense from Hilton.
Hunter back out for Wright, who fumbled it, but does drive in, floats one up. Hits the rim, off the glass, rebound goes to Carter Clark.
1 shot, Hilton gets a rebound. 7-point lead for Hilton. In the last 2:20, if they can build on that to go into halftime, Hilton feel really good about that.
Inside for Clark. Clark along the baseline, looks like he stepped out of bounds. Rush Henrietta ball.
It's always kind of fun to watch a big man try to tiptoe the baseline right there. Just not enough room for you, big man.
A little bit of dancing there from the big Hilton senior. Here's Giorgione now for Rush Henrietta, pacing this game. Finds Wright. Wright moving to his left, now out. Driving in is Simmons, to the glass, doesn't drop. That was Hunter, my apologies. Simmons underneath. Here comes Prince.
Don't pick up your dribble.
Carter Clark.
Come on, Carter. That's
A little stutter there, gets called for a travel.
a good call. It's the right call.
Inbound from Borey to Giorgione. Here comes Rush Henrietta.
Hilton now is in their 2-3 that I thought they would do.
Inside
But
for
they will
Hunter.
identify the shooters, and they'll extend the bottom of the 2-3 to get out there. Borey, who's hit a couple already, and again, the long arms of their big men for Hilton. Preston Prince with another rebound. Johnny Bianchi running the ball up court.
Bianchi kicks out for Prince. Prince driving inside, left hand.
And got the foul. Thing I want to make a note of, what Hilton did is in a halftime adjustment on Friday night, because turnovers was an issue against UPrep. They decided coming out of halftime that instead of just trying to work the ball up the court and try to avoid the turnover with their guards, they're going to get the ball up the court as quickly as possible. Be aggressive getting the ball up court, and then avoid that ability for the defending team to try to get the steal. That's what you saw from Johnny Bianchi just right there. He sprinted the ball up the court, pull it back out, now run your stuff.
1 for 2 right there from the line. Preston Prince. Hilton has built an 8-point lead here. Minute 10 to play here in this first half. Good ball game here between the Cadets and Royal Comets. Borey inside, off the glass. Doesn't drop it in, though. Tyler Simmons had a good look at it.
That was a
nice little
look.
play there, yeah.
Nice look. Hilton with an 8-point lead, just under 1 minute to go.
Preston Prince, the Hilton senior, working on Tyler Simmons, the RH senior.
Hilton running a play.
Bianchi out for Mostowski. Not a Wheelahan, a lot of ball movement here from the Cadets. Back to Prince. Prince looking to push inside, goes to the glass, bounces it in.
If I've said it once in our telecast, people want to say, take away his left, take away his left. Preston Prince is a lefty, but he can go right. And he just showed it again.
Giorgione. Long 3 on the way, hits it.
Big three.
This young man hit a bomb of a three-pointer against Victor last week that sort of, I won't say sealed it. It was a first half 3, but they went ahead there and they didn't look back.
He's a kid with he plays with an edge. Giorgione does, and he's got that tough guy attitude with him. And it was a great 3 to respond back to Hilton.
That is a big 3 there at a big point in this game.
Hilton went up 10 to go up 10 into halftime. It's a psychological thing. Now knock it back down to 7. And if it stays there, Rush Henrietta will take it.
Hilton will have an inbound and the chance to get us down to the last shot of this first half. Great ball game developing here. Great atmosphere here tonight. Folks, want to just give a quick plug to anybody out there watching, listening. If you are a Twitter user, the @Hilton Cadets. This is the Hilton Athletics Twitter account. There is a question out there for anybody watching. Good evening from Gates Charlotte High School, where Hilton Hoops is getting to take on Rush Henrietta. We'd love to hear from you, where you're from, where you're watching. We know we've got fans out there in different parts of the country.
We got Indiana fans watching here tonight, all over the place. So go to Hilton Athletics. Let us know what state you're watching from. Throw a picture in there. Let us see your setup while you're watching this too. Let's have some fun with this a little bit.
We want to hear from both Cadet Nation and Royal Comet Nation. Love to hear from fans wherever you are. 10 seconds to play. Bianchi for Hilton. Moves to his left. 6 seconds to the bucket. Bianchi. Ball doesn't drop, and a foul.
They called a charge on Johnny Bianchi. He hit that floater just a little bit out of control. Coach Prince is making some situation subs to make sure that nobody picks up an extra foul.
3.5 seconds here for Rush Henrietta to work with to get this last shot off.
You'd like to see Johnny Bianchi, when he turned that corner, just pull up and shoot that shot.
Right. Puts one up, block.
Nice defense.
Right in his face from Riley Pendleton. Nice play by the Hilton senior.
You know what? Riley doesn't get a ton of minutes, but to have him come off the bench and play that possession perfectly is great to see a senior do that for you.
So we got a good one here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the sectional semifinal from Gates Chili High School. The Hilton Cadets lead the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets 27-20. We're going to step away here for just a short break. Please stay with us. We will be back with some halftime analysis and, of course, your second half of action from the 20. You're watching the Boys AA semifinal on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple cameras, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
Hey, we are back. They are asking for noise. Crowd is obliging. Halftime just about done here from Gates Chili High School, site of the AA boys semifinal in basketball. Cadets 27, Royal Comets 20. I am Bill Smith with Steve Sorensen. Coach, quite a first half. We talked about our themes kind of coming in, your keys to the game. Hilton kind of controlling the boards, Rush Henrietta not getting their shots. Are those two scripts going to be what carries us through?
We've seen the formula for Hilton's success. Right now, Hilton's rebounding, dominating on the boards, and because of that, Rush Henrietta is getting one shot per possession, and it's really giving them the advantage. They've done a great job for Hilton in defense on the ball, and Rush Henrietta just has not shot like we had seen on Friday night against Victor. But again, we got 16 minutes to go, so the script has not been written yet.
Truby on the board for the first time. Went to the basket hard to put one in off the glass. Now back at the other end, fighting and getting it to go is Tyler Simmons.
Good effort by Tyler Simmons there.
Bianchi for Prince. We are just underway. Cadets with a 7-point lead. We've traded 2-pointers here. Here's Trubia. Bianchi inside for Clark. Clark backing into right. Giorgione look for the steal. Wheelahan 3-ball off the iron, doesn't go. Rebound to Trubia. Trubia, Bianchi, 3-ball, drops.
There you go.
What a shot from the Hilton sophomore, the point guard, Johnny Bianchi.
And it's a 10-point lead.
There's Abdul Bori, baseline. He lost the handle, though, goes to Prince. Here's Prince driving, fires it out. Wheelahan again for 3. Off the iron, rebound into Prince's hand, but it gets knocked out.
That's awesome stuff by Preston Prince to find the open shooter. I'd still love to see him just go with that ball. What Preston Prince will do is when he gets that defensive rebound and he starts to break, if he sees the back of the jerseys, he's going to go all the way to the basket because they're not in position to defend him, and they're thinking to themselves, it's a big guy. What's he going to do? Well, he's a former point guard on this team for a couple years. He can dribble all the way coast to coast.
Giorgione with a 3 look. Bounces around. Now it's into Wheelahan's hands. Here come the Cadets. Wheelahan almost gets the ball taken. Control. Wheelahan to the bucket. Goes up. Ball kind of slides away, and it'll be given to the Cadets.
I think it was Rush under the ball, but I missed the foul. I'll give him the ball out of bounds. I think Michael would be advised to just pull that ball out.
Up and over for Clark. Clark takes a step, puts one up. Off the glass, nothing going. Here comes Hunter back the other way for the Royal Comets. Giorgione, right's 3 attempt. Off the rim, doesn't go. Truvia with another rebound.
One shot, rebound. Again, pushing the ball to the court, pull it back out.
Bianchi, Wheelahan, another 3 attempt. This one doesn't go. Bounces in the hands of Nasir Hunter. Giorgione looked to go inside. Wheelahan was there.
Good work by Hilton getting back on defense. They're set up, ball screen here.
Hunter working against Bianchi. Drives to the bucket. Bounces one in.
That's not the game plan right there. That's not the scouting report. Carter Clark has got to come up and show on that ball screen and then drop back. He never moved.
Hunter forces the turnover there with some physical play on the inbound.
If you look here, Carter Clark just stands and watches. It's his guy who set the ball screen. It's his responsibility to help on that screen.
Hunter with a pair of nice plays here in a row. Right, drives on Trubia to the bucket, kicks it out. Looking to come inside is Simmons. Simmons to the bucket, takes a foul.
Carter's struggling right now. He clearly misplayed the ball screen there, and then he just gave up the right hand on the drive. He's got to get on the right hand, force him left. We talked about that before the game started. Are you going to play defense on the ball? How well is Hilton going to do? Take away the strong hand at first. That's the first thing you do when you play on the ball. Take away the strong hand.
First free throw splashes through from Simmons. Simmons with a chance here to make this a 6-point game. Hilton had led by as many as 10 late in the first half. Bounces out. Rebound to Prince. Here comes Preston Prince.
He's going to challenge.
Drive inside. Bounces. And an offensive foul. This whole gym kind of slowed down right there. – The Rush Henrietta faithful have come alive here. They're on a 4-3, I should say. Nothing swing right here, but momentum in their favor.
Definitely. And, that taking a charge is almost like a slam dunk. It's a momentum-changing play.
Bori. Giorgione, 3 against 3 as he works against Prince. Kicks it right to Hunter. Hunter working against Hilton's Bianchi. Now he looks to go inside to the glass, bounces it, rebound to Clark.
Better job defending that one. Carter can dribble this ball up.
Trubia with a lot of room. Oh. Foul underneath.
Great defense by Rush Henrietta. They can't compete with the size, so you know what? Take the charge.
Here's another look at it. Trubia up. Defender.
It's not a difficult call. Not a difficult call at all.
Defender got himself planted there. Takes the charge.
And that's 6'5", 6'6" coming at you. That's giving up for your team.
Coming at you off the ground. Here's Wright. He moves inside. Pull up. Right hand. And a foul.
Now we got an issue. That's Grayson Trubia with his 4th foul with 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Trubia will sit down. Trubia has been
4 quick fouls against the Cadets, 0 against Rush Henrietta.
Wright's first free throw does not drop in. Mistowski checks in for the Cadets.
So important right now, Carter Clark doesn't pick up his 3rd foul. You're not going to see Grayson Trubia the rest of this quarter.
Trubia also working with some sort of gash that he took on that play. Hit the ground hard. Second free throw does drop in. We got a 6-point game here. Hilton off the inbound. Here comes Johnny Bianchi. Working against Nasir Hunter. Mistowski working on Bori. Mistowski picks up his dribble, gives for Prince. Prince inside for Clark.
Doubling the post.
Kick out, Wheelahan. Bianchi,
Keep
Mistowski.
moving.
A lot of movement now inside to Prince. Surrounded by a whole bunch of people.
You know what? It's an old adage in basketball. When one team starts out with a lot of fouls on them, they're going to find a foul on the other way to balance that out a little bit. That's a balancing out foul call right there. Preston was quadruple teamed. It's tough to get 4 sets of hands on a ball.
Prince sends it to Bianchi, who puts up a 2.
Nice play. When you're going to draw that much attention, as Preston does, the other guys have got to find the soft spot to be able to shoot that shot.
Giorgione working on Wheelahan.
Nice job by Carter on that pick, on that screen, ball screen.
Right. Picks up his dribble, gives for Giorgione. Giorgione, 15 on the shot clock. Pulls up, jumper. Bounces out, rebound to Carter Clark.
Great defense, great defense. You're forcing a guy to take a step-back jumper.
Kick out for Mistowski. Mistowski finds Clark. Clark with a 3-ball. Off the iron, rebound to Prince. Prince underneath.
There it is!
One in and takes a foul.
The kid has a motor and plays with such emotion. He just gave Johnny Bianchi a push to send him back 6 feet. That'd be an intentional foul if it was against the other team.
There's another look at it. Prince with the rebound, then the patience underneath lets 2 guys kind of go up over him, and then he goes up, drops it in, takes the foul.
Look at this shove right here. Hey, Preston, he's the smallest guy in the court. That's the emotion that he plays with. It's awesome stuff.
The smile on Johnny Bianchi's face. There was no harm, no foul there.
As much as what's occurred in that 3rd quarter already, Hilton's back to a 10-point lead, possibly 11 with Preston going to the line. But I'm not going to say it's an even quarter so far because Hilton's now been dealt with a 4th foul on Grayson Trubia. We're not going to see Grayson till the 4th quarter, probably not till halfway through the 4th quarter because of that. Now, listen, we got an update from the other game, Coach.
The winner of this game will play back here Saturday night against the winner of Aquinas and Edison. Right now, 3rd quarter underway. Aquinas with a 5-point lead there. Winner of that one will face the winner of this one Saturday night in the AA final. Hilton looking to get to their first final since 2008. Rush Henrietta looking to get their first title since 2011. Free throw goes in, 11-point lead for the Cadets as Giorgione brings it in for the Royal Comets.
Great defense from Hilton. Pressed, making that shot difficult. Carter Clark, you know what? I got on him a little bit early on. The last 5 or 6 possessions, great defense.
Simmons did a good job of getting to the bucket. Bianchi does a good job of getting there and drops one in.
Mentioned at the beginning of the telecast, 19 turnovers the first time they played him in December. And that's Gianni Bianchi, someone who came off the bench that game and had his share of turnovers. He has matured this whole season, and what a job he's doing now at the point guard for Hilton as a sophomore.
Simmons again pushes inside, again the rebound to the Cadets.
Great defense by Carter Clark. Bianchi pushing the ball up again.
Mostowski out for Bianchi. Bianchi's 3 attempt off the iron. Ends up bouncing around. Prince underneath by himself. Lays one in.
An assist for Bianchi. Coach Ellicott's out there in Pittsburgh celebrating that kid. He's one of the best soccer players who won a sectional title and went all the way to the state finals this past fall.
Right. Kicks it out. Simmons, 3 attempt on the way, drops it in.
Great answer by Tyler Simmons. It's the second time he's done that tonight. Answering with a 3 when Hilton starts to pull away.
No panic there from the Rush Henrietta squad.
Seniors. It's senior-laden team, senior leadership. Rush Henrietta has done a great job, not only in this game, but throughout this whole year through adversity.
Carter Clark pushes, picks up his dribble, now inside for Prince. Prince spins around, left hand, gets his own rebound, now off the glass and in.
I'll say it again, AGR Player of the Year candidate. I hope people are watching because what he's doing is putting on a show for everybody here.
It was pretty ferocious down there. Rush Henrietta looking to answer back. Hilton's lead is 14. But we've got a minute and change and a whole quarter to play here as Giorgione puts up a 3. Bouncing around, finds its way to Preston Prince. Prince back for Hilton.
And pushing immediately, finding Wheelahan.
Wheelahan, 3. Off the iron, rebound, finds its way to Wright.
Wright
Simmons,
with a great box out on Preston Prince.
Simmons had a hand on it, finds its way to Wright. Wright with a 2. Doesn't go. Mostowski with a rebound for Hilton. Bianchi back the other way. Back and forth basketball. Bianchi driving, off the glass. Doesn't drop it in. The second attempt doesn't go. And now a whistle. Here's a look at Prince's last bucket. Battles, gets his own rebound.
4 Rush Henrietta players around him on that. They got a foul on Matt Mostowski on that one with 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. They put Carter Clark down. He's still sitting there with 2 fouls. Done a nice job in the third quarter, keeping the fouls as a non-issue, and I'll give him a blow for what is going to be a big fourth quarter.
Getting another look at Derek Cavey. Here's Giorgione. Now kicked out. Borey, 3 attempts, drops in. This is a dangerous shooting team, the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets.
It's not enough to get out on the shooter. You got to get a hand up on that shooter. Make that more difficult.
Bianchi in no hurry, shot clock off. Prince and Bianchi will look to set up here for the last shot for Hilton. 18 seconds to play. Bianchi.
Hunter does a nice job defending Bianchi there. They're going to count. Oh, nice turn the corner.
Mostowski. 3.
Oh, my! Matt Mostowski, the senior, coming off the bench. Never a bigger shot Matt Mostowski has hit.
1 second. Ball on the way. Off the glass. Doesn't drop in.
Look at the emotion of that Hilton bench. They're excited. They're ready. They're 8 minutes away from going back to their first sectional final in 8 minutes. This is 2008.
Here's another look at it. Matt Mostowski drops it in right there.
You look at the fans that you love to see. You love to look at the bench in that scene where their whole bench is up in their feet celebrating that. That's awesome stuff from Hilton. That's the Hilton spirit. That's what you expect from the Cadets.
We will take a short break from Gates Chile. We've got the Hilton Cadets leading the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets 46-32. Stay with us. You're watching the AA semifinal of Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
Welcome back. What a shot right there. The Hilton faithful. Cadets 46, Royal Comets 32, AA semifinal. Coach, We talked about the secondary scoring. We've had a lot of conversation about Hilton Senior Preston Prince. He's a dynamite player. But that 3 from Mistowski right there, that's a heck of a time for that.
We said it in the beginning of the game. Preston Prince will get his points. He will get the attention that he's going to get. It's always still fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to take anything for granted. But when Michael Wheelahan and Gianni Bianchi can hit shots, and then Matt Mistowski can hit a 3, that's good stuff for Hilton, and that's why they have the lead. Nice bucket by Rush Henrietta right there, though.
Abdul Bori, smooth play. Gets his way inside, 2 points. Here's Mistowski to the glass. Second attempt from Prince doesn't go. Here it comes right back the other way for Rush Henrietta. Giorgione up top for Wright, looking to push inside, goes up. Doesn't put it in, rebound to Clark.
Phenomenal defense from Hilton. Hands up, making that shot as difficult as possible. Coach Prince is going to want Hilton to slow it down now. Get the ball in the half court. You can win in the half court. You don't have to push it when it's not necessary. And you've got yourself a 12-point lead. Why push it when you don't need to?
Reach-in foul from Toby Wright, his 3rd. That's a dynamite player with 3 fouls. We're in the 4th quarter, though. Lots of time.
Wright, maybe one of the top players from Rush Henrietta, now picks up Preston Prince.
Here's Mistowski, tries to go inside, does get it to Prince. Battle underneath and a foul.
They called it on the floor, no shot. It'll be on the baseline.
I believe that is a quick 4th foul now for Toby Wright.
That's big. That's big. They may have to, you know what? They may not take him off the court because it's 6:54. There's no tomorrow if you don't win this game.
Up top for Prince. Prince finds Wheelahan. Wheelahan, long 3. Off the iron, doesn't go, but a rebound to Mistowski, who goes off the glass and drops it in.
Matt Mistowski! These are bonus points. When Matt Mistowski gets you 5 like that, the kid is playing inspired basketball.
Simmons works inside, bounces away, now tries to get a steal off of Prince.
I hope he's okay.
Now a foul. Simmons has kind of run off. He's clearly in pain.
You teach him basketball. Look at Matt Mistowski coming down the lane, just landing on 2 feet, up off of 2 feet. Great rebound and put back. No wasted dribble, no wasted time. I'm actually concerned more about Tyler Simmons now. We teach him basketball. Basketball 101 is that you grip the ball and you rip through. Now, unfortunately, when you rip through there's an arm in there. It's not intentional. It's a play in which you're just trying to make sure you maintain possession. And Tyler Simmons, who's working extremely hard, trying to get the ball back. It looks like he may have hyperextended his elbow there. It's not pretty to watch. I'm hoping he's okay. He's walking back towards the bench. I don't know how effective he'll be. And he's going right to the huddle. So
we hope the senior guard from Rush Henrietta is all right.
He's going to take a little time on the bench. He's holding his elbow a little bit. Hopefully he'll be all right.
He had a big second half against Victor just the other day in that upset win. These 8-seeded Royal Comets upsetting the number 1-seeded Victor Blue Devils.
22 points in that game, which is the upset of the year in Section 5 basketball, in my opinion.
My favorite stat of the postseason, I'm not even sure how to quantify it. This Royal Comet team loses to Victor by 33 2 times and beats them in the playoffs.
Get their place in sectionals.
There's quite a story there. That's just incredible.
Again, credit to their players, credit to their coach.
Wheelahan lucky to get that one. Hunter was there. And now a foul.
Gianni Bianchi shouldn't have made that pass back to Wheelahan. He had a sideline open to Carter Clark. You know, it's the skip pass across. You're looking for the center. You're looking for sideline. Johnny was too focused on just the skip pass going cross court.
There's Isaac Fisher. He's checked in for Simmons. To the bucket right, drops it in.
With space, he can beat Carter Clark off the dribble. He's that good.
Bianchi finds Mistowski. Mistowski to Clark. Prince is by himself underneath. Prince, nice recovery, but then takes a foul. Fisher did a great job of getting there.
And if Hilton's crisp with their passes and they got their head up looking down court, if Rush Henrietta is going to play aggressive, which they just did, 5 guys committed in the backcourt, you're going to have wide open looks. I'm sure Preston Prince would love that back. just lost a little grip on that ball.
The slightest little fumble on the dribble.
But if he can answer right here.
Same ending here. 2 points.
Trubia comes in for Mostowski. Big hand for Matt Mostowski. What minutes he gave Hilton. Inspired play. 5 points, rebounds. Did a great job. Matt Mostowski did.
Prince's second. Bounces around, doesn't go. Rebound to Fisher.
49-36.
6 minutes to play. 13-point lead for the Cadets. Here's Giorgione. Gives to Hunter. Hunter looks to push inside. Back out for Giorgione. Giorgione drives in. Kicks out. Right. Long three. Splashes through.
You feel like they're getting hot right now. Timeout. Rush Henrietta. You can guarantee they're going to come out with some sort of press coming out of this timeout.
What patience. What ball movement. That was a real nice, clean shot from the Rush Henrietta senior. Good shooter, Toby Wright. That's been our theme, the community's theme, whoever theme with this Rush Henrietta team. This is a team that can shoot. This is a 10-point lead for Hilton with 5:43 to play. I would not, by any stretch, say this game is put away.
No, this game's about to get tighter. It's about to get tighter. We got fouls are even 5 and 6. Hilton's going to have to do what Rush Henrietta did in Victor the other night. When Victor came back and tightened that game, Rush Henrietta was able to still get scores on their possessions to keep that buffer at 4 points or more. Rush Henrietta is going to come out. They're going to turn up the pressure now. They got themselves a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press. If Hilton doesn't handle it, Rush Henrietta is going to score some easy buckets. Hilton does handle it. Hilton will get easy points at the other end.
Giorgione working on Wheelahan, who does get it away. Now back for Wheelahan. The press almost works, but Bianchi comes free. Preston Prince.
A little sloppy in the passes that Hilton got away with there.
Wheelahan in for Trubia. Trubia to Clark. Clark out for Bianchi. 3-ball. Goes!
Oh, huge. Secondary points. Did we mention that tonight?
Gianni Bianchi with another big three. Right back the other way. Driving inside. Underneath the basket. Kicks it out.
Bory's hit some big ones.
Doesn't go, but the rebound to the Royal Comets. Bounces around, ends up in Prince's hand. No call on the shrug, and a nice play by Preston to get to the lane.
No foul.
No foul.
No foul.
Anywhere in that whole sequence.
Oh, my. If you're going to let them play, then you better let them play.
Bory up, off the glass and in. Nice smooth layup there from the RH senior. What play from both of these teams. Now Prince will just push one off of Isaac Fisher. Hilton will take the inbound right over there, Coach Prince.
It was a little bit surprising there, that play right there. There was no foul, but you know what? You're up. Yep.
Now a whistle away from the ball. That's going to be a foul on Preston Prince.
Wow.
There's a look at that last play.
There's
no
body
foul
right there. Giorgione didn't get the ball, but there's contact. You got to call it when there's contact.
That play follows a bit of contact at the other end where Rush Henrietta also calling for a foul. So we've had some physical basketball here in the last about 45 seconds.
As long as it's equal on both
time.
ends, you're okay. If they're going to let them play, they're going to let that contact go, then you let them play.
Right. Inside. Kicks it out. Can't quite find Isaac Fisher. Fisher was moving right.
Fisher was diving. He thought that because his defender went to the ball that he would go to the open spot. They're still in the press.
And it is not working well for Hilton right there. Right to Giorgione. Giorgione driving, bumps
charge.
in to
there you
Bianchi,
go.
And there's a charge.
Great.
Bianchi and Giorgione having some words here.
Giorgione got in the face of the sophomore, Johnny Bianchi. Giorgione went to Bianchi. There should be, if they're going to call it, you're going to call it a technical on Giorgione, but they called nothing because they didn't see that he came to Bianchi.
This is after the beginning of it. This is I believe the senior right coming in there to sort of
interesting what they've got
things.
here. From what I saw, it looked like after the play, Johnny Bianchi drew the charge on Giorgione, got up, and then Bianchi, or just say Giorgione, came back at Bianchi. Sophomore didn't back down at all. Again, from one time looking at it, could be a little bit different. Let's see what they call there. It should not be both on the same.
The one official is holding the ball underneath the basket, so it looks like we're going to have an inbound.
Well, that's probably still based on the charge call.
Yes.
Coach Prince doesn't look like he's happy about what's being happened here.
So it doesn't appear that there'll be any technicals issued.
They changed up their press. They're in basically a full court man. Give it to Preston Prince. Clear outlet. Oh, Bianchi's still going to take it.
Carter Clark. Clark takes a foul. Gives a foul.
Hilton's not going to get a call right now at all.
If I'm not mistaken, that might be Clark's fourth. It is. 4:09 to play. Hilton has an 11-point lead.
Would have liked to seen Hilton just give the ball Preston Prince's hands and clear out. Let him bring it up. He's going to have no problem bringing the ball up in this press.
Giorgione kicks it out right. Moving left, goes inside. Isaac Fisher puts one off his foot. It goes out of bounds.
The Rush Henrietta faithful thing went off of Trubia's foot.
The quick look from here, we might get another look at it. It looked like it went off of Fisher's foot.
Tyler Simmons re-enters the game. That's nice to see after that exchange with Preston Prince earlier.
Glad he's okay. Here come the Cadets. Preston Prince.
They got a 2-2-1 full court press. Hilton's got to get somebody in the middle of the court.
And a whistle. Coach Prince wants a timeout. Something there didn't look right.
Well, they didn't set the press breaker for what Hilton runs against that 2-2-1. So he called the timeout before there was a turnover, and now they'll put something up there to make sure they address the press. So far, we've seen Rush Henrietta go to what is a 2-2-1 press, which is, for those people at home, 2 players at the top across the free throw line, 2 just inside of mid-court, and 1 player deep protecting anything deep. They also go into a 1-2-2, which is, in basketball terms, it's that first defender is the 1, then you go 2, and then 2 deep. Each press has its benefits. Each press has its holes. Coach Prince is actually calling the timeout to make sure that he's got the proper press breaker, and they're just reviewing it. Something they've probably done 100 times in practice. But you know what? With 3:49 to go in the game, let's take a timeout. Let's take a deep breath and be able to look this over. Make sure you got the right press breaker coming out of this timeout.
Now the Cadets right here regrouping, looking to set that as you just described. Coach, 11 points, 3:49. If you're Rush Henrietta, what is the thought right here?
They're doing what they have to do. They're pressing. They're going to try to turn up the pace of the game, try to get some turnovers. Hilton's done a nice job limiting the turnovers at this point. If they can keep on doing that, it'd be great. There's another turnover, an easy bucket for Rush Henrietta.
Nazir Hunter has the ball handed to him. He drives and drops it in. 9-point game here. Wheelahan facing pressure.
Got to look up the court.
Now he gets away again. Out for Trubia. Trubia driving inside, finds Clark underneath. Clark off the glass and in.
And that's taking care of the bucket ball. You will find easy buckets on the other end, but you can't turn the ball over. You can't just hand it to the other team.
There's Nasir Hunter driving to the bucket. Drops it in. Nice play. And a timeout, it appears, from Rush Henrietta.
9-point lead for Hilton with 3:16 to go. You're going to see this now. The coaching takes over. You're going to see some timeouts. I guess Rush Henrietta has 3 timeouts left. They're going to call timeouts after made buckets to make sure their press is set. Hilton's going to use it, take advantage of that timeout to make sure their press breaker is set. What Hilton has not done a good job yet with their press breaker is find the middle of the court. There should be somebody either cutting into the logo, the Gates Charlie Spartan logo, and to catch that pass, to be looking opposite down the court. They're really off kilter with their press breaker. It's something that Coach Prince is now addressing again, I guarantee.
Is this a let's get real patient and chew some clock type of situation for the Cadets here, or is Coach Prince saying same pace, same pace, same pace?
Well, they don't want to play a high-paced game, but if they break the press, there's going to be easy buckets. So you kind of fall into that pace, like we saw in the last possession for Hilton when they took care of the ball, and it was a little hairy. Michael Wheelahan had split 2 defenders with a dribble that was out in front. but they're going to get easy buckets, but you're now playing at that pace. I'd rather see Hilton try to slow down the pace of the game on the defensive end by actually playing solid defense and really making Rush Henrietta work for buckets.
On the inbound.
Carter Clark should take to the middle of the court.
Wheelahan across half court to Trubia. Trubia takes a shove.
He called it on the floor, but he'll be shooting 1-on-1. Grayson's a decent free throw shooter.
8th foul against Rush Henrietta. Here's another look at it. There's the push right there. Looks like it's on Borey. Yep.
By rule, as soon as you pick up your dribble, you're a shooter.
Shot doesn't go. Rebound finds its way to right. Here's Giorgione, the senior point guard. Giorgione pulls up. 3-ball goes. That's a big shot for the Royal Comets.
That's a huge shot.
That's a big shot at a big time. We have a 6-point game here with just under 3 minutes to play.
Ball screen, you got to get over top of the ball screen with a hand up to make sure that he does not get that wide open shot. Hilton made a commitment in their scouting report to not hedge the screen. What does that mean? When there's a ball screen, to hedge it means you're going to come up over top of the ball screen and turn that dribbler back the other way. Hilton instead is just going to come out on top of that screen with a hand up and hopefully achieve the same idea, but then the big guy, in this case Carter Clark, can still retract back in the paint when he needs to. Obviously no one was able to get out high enough. Giorgione hit the big 3-point shot right there.
Both teams with a pair of timeouts. We've got a 6-point game with just under 3 to play. We've got an incredible atmosphere inside the gym here at Gates Shiloh High School. The AA boys semifinal, Hilton and Rush Henrietta. I want to thank everybody one more time, everybody out there watching wherever you are, whatever you're watching this on, a phone, a computer, a TV. There are fridges out there with screens on them now. You might be watching on a fridge. Wherever you're watching this, we thank you. And we still got 3 minutes of basketball here, and this is a good one, folks.
Rush Henrietta is in a man-to-man full court. Send the ball screen for Preston Prince. Posting up. Now everybody should just get out. Let Preston bring it up.
And a foul against the Royal Comets. A shove. Tyler Simmons. Prince will shoot 1-and-1 as he kind of hobbles back.
Hilton's got to hit the free throws now.
Here's a look at it. Prince takes a hand check right there.
Maybe got him in the leg a little bit.
Now,
tough game to referee. Let's give it to the referees on this one. It's a tough game, and a game at this pace, a little haphazard and a little aggressive game that both teams are playing. It's a tough one to call, what not to call. You want kids to play and play through stuff, but that's a tough one.
Preston Prince will be at the line, shooting 1-and-1. Hilton leaving no one in the key, taking no defensive chances here.
Well, they got their 2 bigs on the court besides Preston, who's shooting this. It's Grayson Trubia and Carter Clark, both with 4 fouls, so no risk in getting that 5th.
Shot doesn't go. Here come the Royal Comets. Simmons gives for Giorgione, who will once again lead the offense back for
Hilton
Rush
in a
Henrietta.
2-3 zone now. This will slow it down, but you may find an open shot. Borey on the wing right here. Oh no,
There's a good look for Giorgione, and he drops it through.
Johnny Bianchi left him alone.
That is an enormous bucket. We've got a 3-point game here. There's Bianchi giving chases Simmons. And that chase made Bianchi turn it over.
3-point ball game, 1-possession ball game. Hilton's missed the front end of the last 2 1-and-1s they've had.
Right. Look to pull up for the 3. Thought differently.
You got to identify the 3-point shooters. You can still run a 2-3 zone against a shooting team, but you have to identify where the shooters are. Giorgione is a shooter.
Hunter kicks out.
Borey's a shooter.
With a hand in his face.
Great rebound.
Trubia with the rebound. Finds Wheelahan. Wheelahan does get fouled on his way through a couple different guys.
Not a bad guy for Hilton to be fouled because Michael's a very good shooter. Hilton has been, again, 0 for 2 in the front end of the last 2 1-and-1s.
Here's another look at it. That is, though, Coach, the 10th foul for Rush Henrietta.
So we're in the double bonus now. Michael will shoot 2 with a 3-point lead, 1:55 to go. Obviously, to get this to a 2-possession game would be huge for Hilton.
Wheelahan at the line, 1:55 to play, 3-point game.
This will be the longest minute 55 of our lives, with both coaches having 2 timeouts.
First one doesn't go, bounces around. Wheelahan will get a second shot.
It's big.
Drops the second one in for a 4-point cadet lead. Once again, Giorgione.
Hilton in a 2-3. They're looking at Giorgione. They're looking at Bori. And they're looking at Toby Wright.
Hunter inside the arc. Sends it to Wright. Wright looking to drive inside. Wright pulls up. Rebound to the Cadets. Prince trying to pull free from Simmons again. He does get away from Simmons, who takes a foul and is not happy about it.
I don't understand. To me, that was from our angle up here in the bird's nest. You know, he got the rebound. He get ripped through. So he gets it. He's draped all over his neck. I don't know where you would not call that a foul.
Prince shaking off what may just be cramps. He came to the line the last time.
He's something he's dealing with the last couple minutes, last few possessions down the court.
Prince will shoot 2. First one doesn't go.
I think Coach Prince should call a timeout right now.
And on cue, Coach Prince calls timeout.
Get the trainer over there and let's see if we can stretch this out. It looks like cramps.
So Preston Prince will come back to the line following this timeout with a chance to put the Cadets up by 5. Minute 35 to play, 55-51.
He's getting some treatment now. It's calf cramps on his right leg. And he's been dealing with it for at least the last couple minutes. Again, these are huge free throws. Hilton has given away, well, they missed 2 front ends of 1-on-1. They made 1 of 2 on the next one. So they've left 3 points, 5 points at the free throw line, 6 points with the miss that Preston just had now. It's a different game if you're making your free throws.
As Coach Sorensen said, what could be a long 3 minutes. We're not even halfway through the 3 minutes of clock time. But man, what a ball game. And this has been, honestly, at both ends what we expected. Story of Hilton's bigs, Preston Prince, secondary scoring against the great shooting from Rush Henrietta.
Yeah, there was no expectation that Hilton was going to run away with this. Not with the senior leadership of Rush Henrietta. Coach Chris Reed over there on the sidelines. Excellent timeout. They bought themselves a bucket right there, in my opinion.
Prince's second shot goes, 5-point lead for Hilton, as Nazir Hunter will lead the charge this time for the Royal Comets. Hunter, top of the arc, gives to Giorgione. Hunter again, top of the arc, a lot of space, takes the 3 and drops it in.
I can't understand why he's left that wide open.
We had seen Giorgione in that position a couple different times. I don't know what the official's getting on about over there.
Bianchi's on Toby Wright. He should be up on that right there, and he's so focused on Toby Wright that he's left wide open. Nazir Hunter, who's, again, one of the 3 guards that leads this team.
Hunter, a senior. Lots of upperclassmen on this Rush Henrietta team. Drops the 3 in, and now we have got a good one. Minute 20 to play, 2-point ball game.
What a great job by Rush Henrietta to get themselves back into this game. I believe at one point a 14-point lead. And they've done it by the recipe that we thought they would have in this game. Shooting, driving, finding the open guy on the outside, then hitting the shots when given the opportunity. They're putting the press on. Hilton has given them a couple easy buckets because they've turned it over. Now Hilton hopefully will collect themselves a little bit and now be able to handle this press. If they're able to handle the press, they're either going to get to the front court, give themselves some time off the clock, maybe end up with the free throw line, which seems to be what's going on lately, or give themselves an easy bucket. But the way Rush Henrietta is playing, it's one of those 2 things going to happen. Rush Henrietta is going to force the turnover, or Hilton seems to be able to get the ball into an easy bucket opportunity at the other end.
Foul trouble notwithstanding, Hilton with their starters out there. Rush Henrietta, the very same. Carter Clark will put in for the Cadets. 2-point ball game. And the ball taken by Giorgione out of Wheelahan's hands to the bucket off the
Michael Wheelahan!
And taking a charge.
That's how you respond. You turn the ball over, you give up your body immediately thereafter. That's how you respond. You know what? He knows he messed up. But you know what? You can't put your head down and ignore it. Just turn back around. Here he is with the turnover.
And I think Tyler Simmons just fouled out.
Tyler Simmons goes hard. Michael Whelan gives himself up. Not the greatest of charges called, but you know what? He still gave up his body for there.
Simmons takes his 5th foul and sits down.
That's huge because Simmons has been doing a nice job defending Preston Prince this whole second half, minus the injury timeout that he had. He's been really working hard on Preston Prince and making Preston really work for everything he's gotten.
Fisher checks in.
They're doubling Preston here.
He works through the double team. Now gets it to Trubia. Trubia kicks it
Skip
out.
pass.
Here's Wheelahan. Wheelahan slows
Good decision.
down.
Good decision. Run some clock. We're now under 1 minute.
And a shove from Preston Prince.
Poor decision on Preston's case right there. He's double teamed. He knows it's a push. That's an easy call.
And this is going to put some pressure on the Cadets here. A 2-point game as Giorgione brings it in for Rush Henrietta.
Hilton goes back to the man-to-man.
Giorgione working on Bianchi. Gives to Wright.
Switching on every handoff. Nope.
Now driving is Hunter. Hunter kicks out. Wright. 3-ball. Whistle.
He
Shot
called the
does
foul
not count.
on the floor. Wow.
On Bianchi?
Called the foul. No, that was. I mean, listen, the call's a call.
There's the look at it here. He got an arm in there a little.
The news for Hilton is there's 35.1 here to go. One timeout each coach. Toby Wright, you're going to assume he's going to make both. Let's go.
Puts the first one in, he'll get a second.
It'll be a tie ball game, and for all intents and purposes, the shot clock will be off. And Hilton will get a chance at one possession.
Wright's second free throw goes in. We have a tie ball game here with 35.1 seconds to play. And a foul on the inbound.
I'm going to say it, and this is going to probably surprise people. That is maybe not be a bad foul call. That may not be a bad foul. If Preston can't make both free throws here, that's not a bad foul call. Hilton will get 2 free throws here, but Preston's got to hit both. If he makes one of 2, Rush Henrietta has a chance with no timeout, with one last possession to win the ball game.
Prince's first one does not drop in. Second one from the Hilton senior. Tie ball game.
Good foul.
Shot clock is not off, but it's within a 1/10 of a second, so Giorgione's pulling in here for what might very well be the last possession. Or may as well be, I should say. Giorgione with Wheelahan on him.
Wheelahan giving him as much trouble as possible.
13 to play.
Giorgione's quick enough that he's going to be able to stop, not allow the 5-second call.
Oh, and a steal by Prince.
5 seconds to go.
Prince gives it back, though. And at the other end.
Oh, they called the foul. 0.1 seconds to go. Tie ball game.
The foul will be against Hilton's Trubia.
That's his 5th disqualifying foul. Preston Prince decides he's going to go. He cuts back into traffic, loses control.
What a sequence here.
And this is for the ball game.
So Trubia takes his 5th foul. I think there's a discussion on how many fouls here. I believe, if the scoreboard was correct, this is Hilton's 10th foul.
This is probably more about how much time on the clock. Let's see if there's any time on the clock. Anything under 0.3 seconds. Well, that's it. The clock guy did a nice job turning it off. 0.7. That gives Hilton a chance at a catch and release with 0.7. Anything over 0.3, 0.4 or more, you can catch and shoot. But 0.1, it's got to be a tip.
Now that 0.7 is also from our cameras and our vantage point. Let's see what they say down on the floor.
Nobody's catching that down below.
So 0.1 to play. Tie game. And at the line, Johnny Cook.
Haven't called his name at all tonight. But he's a senior guard. He's shooting 2.
First one doesn't go.
He hit it pretty hard too. That was I would say not close. It was right on. But those nerves, Johnny will remember this for the rest of his life. Good or bad, and that'll be decided right now.
Second one doesn't go, and folks, we're going to have some free basketball.
We're going to overtime. Look at this fan section from Hilton going nuts.
What an incredible turn of events. The Cadets had a 14-point lead in the 3rd quarter. Rush Henrietta playing their game. We are now headed to overtime in the AA semifinal.
We're Hilton fans, we're Hilton people, but Rush Henrietta, all credit to Rush Henrietta getting themselves back in this game. And you know what? For that poor kid, Johnny Cook right there, two free throws with a 1.1 seconds to go. Man, it's tough play for him on that one.
So, a 4-minute overtime.
Let's regroup on this. What's the situation? Hilton has lost Grayson Trubia now.
That counters
Tyler
or
Simmons.
Matches Tyler Simmons being out as well.
Tyler Simmons done a nice job with Preston Prince. And that really affects the ability for Rush Henrietta to put on the press, losing Tyler Simmons too, a senior guard. So let's see what is Rush Henrietta going to do? Are they going to stay in the press? It's been effective for them. To go away from that would be very difficult, but losing Simmons really affects their ability to press. Hilton without Grayson Trubia. You know what? Matt Mostowski gave us some great minutes in that 3rd quarter. Do we see Matt Mostowski come back out? Or Derek Cavey has been a long time on that bench too.
Both teams will have to make some decisions here. Rush Henrietta has their troops in play already. Isaac Fisher out there in what would be Simmons' spot, we would assume. And there's Matt Mostowski out there for the Cadets.
And the heart that he played with in the 3rd quarter. And I don't blame Hilton for not going back to Matt. I mean, Grayson Trubia and Carter Clark and Preston are your bigs. You go with what got you here. Great atmospheric game. Both student sections representing their communities, their schools extremely well. Both communities are out here in force against Child-Eye, and we have ourselves a great game going to overtime.
Certainly want to thank everybody at Gates Child-Eye for hosting this. What a venue for events such as this. All right, folks.
Edison Tech lost to Aquinas. Aquinas won 84-66. So whoever wins this game will be meeting Aquinas, the number 2 seed.
Quick win of the draw found its way to Hunter, who couldn't put it in. Bounces off the line, and the Cats Cadets.
You have to be a basketball to see it, but Matt Mostowski's great defense right there. He stayed tall, hands up high, forcing a tough shot, didn't give up any ground.
Prince working on Fisher. Mostowski inside for Clark. Clark turns up. Off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound goes to Wright. Right to Giorgione.
Everybody taking a breath. Who collects themselves the best will win this overtime. Highly emotional, high-paced game.
Giorgione taking his time for Wright now. Wright working on Hilton's Prince. Gives to Hunter. Hunter working with 7 seconds of shot clock. Hunter made a big bucket before. Kicks it out. Giorgione's got a long ball on the way. Doesn't go. Rebound, though, to Hunter.
Good defense. It's just a shot that long. There's going to be a long rebound. Can't really give too much criticism to Hilton right there. That ball came off hard off the backboard.
Here's Giorgione again working some clock.
Way to hedge to the screen.
Outside right, 3 ball. Drops it in.
Right, holding the hand high after hitting that big 3.
What a big shot. Here's Carter Clark.
Hilton's got to play through Preston Prince right now.
Love the effort there from Isaac Fisher. Here's another look at the 3 ball from Wright.
Wright holding that right hand up. He knows he hit a big one right there. He did.
What a shot by the Rush Henrietta senior.
It really comes down now. Hilton's got to make plays.
Carter Clark looking to go inside. Kicks it out. Bianchi. Wheelahan. 3. In and out underneath. Preston Prince puts it back.
There you go. That's a good look. That's what you want. That's the kind of look, the best look that Hilton's gotten easily in at least 10 minutes of play.
Slowing things down, the Royal Comets. Right. For Borey. Borey working on Mostowski. Borey outside. Long. Open 3. Look goes. What a shot from Hunter.
Just about to say it's going to come through Hunter and Giorgione in this overtime here. Hilton's got to defend those 2.
Prince looking to go to the bucket. He does.
And a 3-point play. It's his left leg now with the cramps. Before it was his right calf. Now it's his left.
Prince in a bunch of pain down there.
Let's get the trainer out there.
2-point game with 1:40 to play. Prince will go to the line to get the chance to finish this 3-point play.
It looks like Rush Henrietta called that timeout, according to the scoreboard.
There's a look at it. To the bucket. Drops it in. Comes up hobbling.
Again, in that fourth quarter, he was grabbing his right calf, and that's what they were treating on the sideline when he came out after that first free throw, came back in and hit the second.
This is, evidence of the absolute everything that Hilton Senior Preston Prince is giving here. Kid's a leader, working extraordinarily hard here, and this is the second playoff game Hilton finds themselves in overtime.
It's both teams just battling. Nobody wants their season to end, and they're playing excellent basketball. Great moments of basketball time, sometimes not great moments of basketball, but there's one thing you can never question from both teams. It's the heart, it's the effort that both teams are putting forth, and a credit to both their basketball programs and their communities. These young men are playing awesome here tonight.
So, strategies given. Prince will come to the line. 2-point game, 1:40 to play. RH up a bucket. Preston Prince will have 1 free throw to complete the back end of a 3-point play.
Looks like Borey and Mostowski are getting ready for the rebound before the ball's even Preston Prince's hands.
Prince's shot drops in. We got a 1-point ball game.
Hopefully he can just jog that off, get some stretch on that calf. Again, Giorgione, Wright, and Hunter, those 3. They got to defend those 3.
Here's Hunter now working on Hilton's Bianchi. Hunter in no hurry. Shot clock at 15 seconds.
Both teams are tired. They're going to limit the amount of possessions for both teams.
Hunter kicks it to Bori. Bori, long 3 attempt off the iron to Bianchi.
Hilton with a chance to take the lead here. Down 1.
Bianchi pushing. Mostowski. Prince now slowing things down, taking his time. Bianchi.
Prince going in the post.
Wheelahan inside for Prince. Fighting underneath. He does take a foul.
He'll shoot 2. 50.6 seconds to go. That's a 2-possession game, the way it's being played the last minute or 2. Teams taking their time in the half court.
Prince will shoot twice here. Hilton down 1 point.
Both teams are in the double bonus right now.
First one doesn't go. Prince with a look here to tie it.
Trying to stretch out that left calf. And then you got yourself a tie ball game here.
Second one drops in. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 50 seconds left. I've said it a couple times. Buckle up. I would hope at this point you were strapped in. Here's Giorgione.
Ball screen. Matt Mostowski shows high. Stays with him.
Giorgione.
They're going to help it if he tries to drive. Now we'll switch back.
Gives to Bori. Bori looking to drive inside and
They call the foul on the flow. Oh, in an overtime ball game.
Wow. My instinct there was in that I thought they were going to hit Bori with the travel.
In an overtime ball game. Where?
We say in unison.
And he called it on Matt Mostowski, who was on the back of him. If you called it on Michael Whelan, I could say we didn't have a good look on it, but in a game like this.
First one goes in. Now, a lot of things could happen here. This goes in. Hilton will have a look at getting the last shot.
They won't look for the last shot. They'll look to go to the basket.
So, Cadets down a point. Clock running.
They're not holding it for
seconds.
the one shot.
Prince working on right. 14 seconds to play. Wheelahan, 3-ball. Goes!
Buckets! Buckets! Hilton up 2. 5 seconds to go.
Giorgione long 3 and makes it.
Oh my gosh!
Unbelievable.
That's a 30-footer the young man just hit.
What a sequence!
Both teams playing great basketball. Rush Henrietta gets the ball last and hits just the impossible 3.
Folks, you can't write this story any better. Giorgione, this is following an enormous 3 from the Cadets, makes an enormous 3.
That's 30 feet. That's 30 feet.
The senior guard from Rush Henrietta hit an absolute bomb of a 3 against Victor the other night. A big bucket. This one from just as far and a bigger spot at the buzzer, beating the Hilton Cadets in the semifinal.
You know, there's no consolation here for Hilton. It's your end of your season. You're not going to be able to tell any of these players, but you're going to look back at one point and say, you know what, they beat us with a 30-foot shot.
What a finish. Had a couple thoughts in mind with players we'd want to highlight here as sort of players of the game or noteworthy players here. Hunter made a couple of huge buckets. Here's another look at the Giorgione bucket. I don't think we could give a player of the game, if that's where we want to go with this, to anyone else than Mason Giorgione.
He hit some big threes coming down the stretch in the fourth, and then he hit the one that matters the most, and that's the last one.
An unbelievable basketball game. I don't believe it, folks.
If I wasn't here, I wouldn't believe it.
A stunner for the Cadets, certainly. But what a basketball game to go out on to finish your season. And for Rush Henrietta, this story, again, they weren't quote-unquote supposed to beat Victor. They did. They were the underdog here. They win this. They had that 8-game losing streak earlier in the season, and here they are now on their way to the sectional final. They'll take on Aquinas on Saturday.
Talking to Coach Reed the other day, it's not very often he's the 8th seed. He's usually the 1, 2, or 3 seed, and now he's the 8th seed, making himself all the way to the finals. Aquinas is very talented, but it just seems like the momentum that Rush Henrietta has going on right now is amazing.
As a Hilton pair of fellas here, I want to give a shout certainly to Coach Prince's entire team, but Derek Cavey, Preston Prince, Matt Mostowski, Andrew Marine, Riley Pendleton, Carter Clark, our entire group of seniors. What a season. Great careers from those young men. Hope the cadets keep their heads high. They lost an incredible basketball game. And congrats to the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets. They move on to the sectional final, looking to get their first title in 11 years.
Great game. Great game. You know, whoever you're rooting for, it's still a great game.
Want to thank everybody out there that has tuned in tonight. You saw an absolutely spectacular basketball game. Want to thank Patrick and John for getting the cameras going. You couldn't see any of this without those fellas. Joel is over here pushing all the buttons in the command center. For the coach, Steve Sorensen, I am Bill Smith. One last time, the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets move on to the sectional final, beating the Hilton Cadets 66-65. From everybody at the Varsity Media Sports Network, good night from Gates Chili High School.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403